Episode 2 of Queen of Tears begins with Hyun-woo trying to convince Haein that he loves her and is worried about her, but Haein is suspicious of the sudden change in attitude and asks Hyun-woo to die with her if he so loves her. Hyun-woo is taken aback and changes the subject. The scene changes to a flashback where Haein receives a call from the doctor. She asks Hyun-woo to go somewhere with her, but he coldly rejects it and leaves. Haein arrives at the hospital but experiences sudden hallucinations. Time seems to pass by precariously and she finds herself in the doctor's room. Haein finds out that she has a rare tumour that can neither be cured through surgery nor medication. Her illness results in sudden hallucinations, headaches and memory loss. She sometimes finds herself lost in thought for hours on end and misses appointments. Back in the house, as Haein finishes recollecting the events at the hospital, she goes into an angry monologue about the unfairness of it all since she has never drunk any soda or eaten junk food in her life. Hyun-woo suggests to confirm the diagnosis once more. That night, Hyun-woo sleeps so peacefully that his skin shines brightly. He visits Haein in her room and she thinks she is dead. However, she wakes up and comments on his bright skin, sarcastically insinuating that Hyun-woo is happy about her illness. While going to the hospital, we learn that Haein doesn't have good relations with her family. She is adamant about hiding her illness from her family lest they begin dividing her assets amongst them. At the hospital, the diagnosis is the same. Hyun-woo reconfirms about the probability of the supposed miracles, trying to gauge his losses if such a miracle were to happen and Haein is able to live. The entire scenario is pretty amusing. Elsewhere, Hong Soo-cheol gets an earful from Hong Man-dae, his grandfather, as he's overpaid $8 billion in corporate tax which was spotted by Hyun-woo to be rectified. Soo-cheol is so stressed that he gets a panic attack. Later, Haein's mother visits, trying to get to Hyun-woo for making too big a deal about $8 billion corporate tax, leading to Soo-cheol's panic attack. We understand from their exchanges that they have a pretty rocky relationship. At a crowded restaurant, Hyun-woo meets with Kim Yang-ki, his friend, who agrees to become his lawyer for the divorce trials, but the situation has now changed. Hyun-woo tells him about Haein's illness later in a secluded area. They rejoice over the fact that Hyun-woo can escape from the Hong family unharmed. Yang-ki also instills an idea in Hyun-woo about winning Haein's love and getting his share of Haein's will. The very next day, Hyun-woo gives Haein a bouquet for their 3rd marriage anniversary, and we realise just how fickle Haein is. She scolded Hyun-woo for being dramatic on their 1st anniversary, and then scolded him for not doing anything for their 2nd. Hyun-woo is visibly more caring towards Haein, which dispels the rumours of their separation. At the Hong family dinner, Haein and her mother butt heads with a lawsuit from her mother, demanding compensation for a land where Haein's building has been built. It's a sort of revenge for what happened to Soo-cheol, as Haein has received her mother's permission to go ahead with the project. Hyun-woo and Haein excuse themselves, while Haein further comments that Hyun-woo is the most suspicious out of everybody, while going back to their place. Later, Byung-cha's craziness is at its peak as she crashes an ex-husband's wedding and injures them. Hyun-woo arrives and tells her that it would reflect badly on her as she's on probation. Back home, we understand that she has a complicated relationship with her father, but the chairman does care about her. She keeps insinuating that Mo Seo-hee has an ulterior motive in dating the chairman. Elsewhere, Seo-hee outwits the chairman in the game, foreshadowing a similar objective in real life as she asks the chairman to grant her a favour when the time comes. Meanwhile, Kim Sun-hwa and Hong Byung-jun, Haein's parents, are out on a walk, and we understand from their conversation that there's more to Haein's past which might involve a dead sibling. It is also the source of her mother's resentment towards her and certain people. At home, Hyun-woo researches on a number of miracles that are associated with rare diseases and is disappointed to find that there are much too many of them. Haein arrives into the room while Hyun-woo is asleep and mistakes his research for care. She hilariously announces her resolve to live to Hyun-woo after acknowledging that at least he wants her to live, hence Hyun-woo's research backfires. We then jump to an event where Haein aims to bring a sought-after brand, Hersina, to her store. She meets her business rival who taunts her for arriving by herself as Hersina's owner believes in the philosophy that people who form good relationships with others are better business partners. Haein frantically calls Hyun-woo but he is in trial. Haein later finds out that her ex-boyfriend, Yoon Hyun-seong, has become a tycoon and is a close associate of Hersina's owner. She tries to befriend him once again, but fortunately Hyun-woo arrives at the right time and Haein is able to meet the owner. Hyun-woo and Yoon-sang have a tense exchange, where Yoon-sang guesses that Haein and Hyun-woo's relationship is a burnt candle. Hyun-woo is surprised about Yoon-sang's accurate guess. Kim Sun-hwa, John Da-hae, who is Soo-cheol's wife, and Grace Go are having tea. When Da-hae tells her how important Yunsang is for Sochio's business. Realising that Yunsang and Haein know each other, she suggests they retrieve the lawsuit if Haein can bring Yunsang to the family's annual hunt. At the annual hunt, Hyunwoo is bothered by Haein and Yunsang's closeness. While on her own, as Haein wants to catch the highest number of kills to suggest her worthiness to lead as the heir to her grandfather, she gets lost and ends up having a hallucination. At this time, a boar is preparing to attack her while she's in a trance and unable to differentiate between reality and dream, when suddenly Hyunwoo arrives and fires at the boar, protecting Haein in the process. During the epilogue, we see a younger Hyunwoo declaring to his family that he is going to marry Haein, oblivious to the fact that she is an heiress. The episode ends with Hyunwoo looking at his happiest. Thanks for watching, and do let us know what you think of Queen of Tears in the comments below. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.